So when you start this lesson, make sure that you're not leaning against the back of the seat, and that you give your lumbar curve a position that it's not too curved towards the front. And you can create that effect by placing your hands here on the crest of the hips and gently, without forcing, pushing the elbows back as you look straight ahead to the line of the horizon. And then you just hold that position throughout the lesson. We're going to start by just rotating the head to see how far you can turn without forcing. So now I'm going to turn myself to the front, which is the position in which we're going to do this lesson. That was just to show you how to sit, placing the weight on your sitting bones without leaning into the back of the chair, with your hands here so that you align your shoulders better with your hips and the space between your ears. So now, holding this position, the first thing we do is we just rotate the head without rotating the shoulders or the spine, just the neck, to see how far you can twist your head but without forcing, just to calibrate your initial starting point, and then to see what happens. And we're going to do a move to release the shoulder blades of the tension that may be accumulated there by placing the arms in this position and then letting them fall down so that they just hang from the shoulders. And then you bring the right arm up as high as you can. Notice when you're making too much force, that would push your back against the chair, and then bring it down and as far back as it can go without pushing your body forward. So you just do this while you feel the weight of your body on the sitting bone. Now let's do the left. And if you pay attention, you'll notice that I can raise my left arm a little bit higher than the right. Now do the right as high as you can, and then do the left. Never force anything. Just let the wrist hang from the hand hang from the wrist. That's what I mean. Now, do the two arms and just feel how as you reach the top, you feel your shoulders moving, and as you reach as far back as you can, you feel your shoulders moving in the other direction. Feel the shoulder blades as they move. Now bring both arms extended to the front, cross them at the wrist, and interlace the fingers of your hands. Then drop them in front of your legs and your body, and push the hands through that space, up and down, the space between the arms. Bring the elbows up, twist at the wrist so that you end up with the hands just below the chin, up and down. And as you do that, notice if there's a resistance in your forearms. Don't push. If you cannot go all the way to the position I'm ending with, just below the chin. Just stop wherever your wrist and your elbows and your arms can do the movement. Now, once you're able to bring the hands underneath the chin, start making circles in front of the body as you look straight ahead in front of you. Let's do 3 circles, and then do the circles in reverse. So we're going counterclockwise. Now feel how the shoulder blades are moving, and reverse again. Now we do it clockwise. And then reverse 3 more. And just notice the tension that's building up in your wrist and in your hands. Now let it go and just shake your hands to relieve that tension that you may have accumulated there. Now, turn the head again from side to side just to see the difference between one side and the other. And now let the arms hang by the sides. Raise your right arm. Raise your left hand. Always doing the movement in a way that you do not push your shoulders towards the back of the seat. Feel how your lumbar curve is holding the position. This here is holding the position as you bring the arm up and down. And then you do the 2 sides. Now, you don't have to turn yourself to do that. I'm just doing it for illustration purposes. But when you do this, you want to keep the lumbar curve in the same position as you move the arms. Now, notice the difference that you experience, and you may want to repeat this after you did this sequence. So we're combining this sequence with this sequence to see how we can release the tension around those floating bones in the back, or shoulder blades. They're just floating there in the back, and they're being held by a whole bunch of muscles. So what we're trying to do is to release the tension, change the muscle tone there. Now we check again the neck to see how far we can turn the head now. Now, to end this lesson, we're going to do a little bit of Tai Chi movement. And just notice I start with the right hand on top, the left below. And I'm going to rotate the spine and send the arms into this position. The left arm extended at shoulder height, and the right hand just above my head. And then I bring it back to this position. And now my left hand is on top and the right hand is below. And I rotate and send the arms into this position. And then I come back and repeat with the right hand on top. Rotating the spine, sending the arms into this position. Left at shoulder height, right just above the head. And you can do this swiftly and gently from side to side once you know the sequence. All you have to do is go from left to right continuously. So I have stopped and demonstrated. You don't need to stay there. You can just flow between one position and the other. Now let's come back to this position. looking straight ahead, and open your mouth as wide as you can, and notice what happens to your neck. Notice how the chin goes up and the curve of your neck changes. Okay, and now open the mouth and send the tongue out, like in the Rolling Stones logo. Open the mouth, close, bring the tongue back in. And notice how that feels around this area in your back. Okay, so we've added one more sequence to the whole ensemble of movements we've been doing. And now we're going to turn the head again as far back as you can without forcing it. And without trying to rotate the spine or the shoulders, just the neck. So what we're after is releasing tensions in the neck and in the muscles that rotate the neck and the head from side to side. And we're going to end up with one more Tai Chi sequence in which we bring the arms to this position, the palms in front of you, and then you send them out, and then as if you were swimming in the ocean, you keep the elbows high up at shoulder level, and then you send the hands out again. This will move your shoulder blades. Notice the resistance in your shoulders to hold that position, and then send the hands out again. So you're swimming in the ocean. You bring the shoulders to this elevation, and then you send the hands out again. And don't forget to breathe. Okay, so that's going to be it for today. Just turn your head from side to side and notice how much you can rotate the neck now.